So for this class, we are going to start sitting. So you might like to sit on a block or straight on the floor. I'm giving myself a little prop up on the edge of a block. You might like to move around a little bit to make yourself comfortable. And then when you're ready, closing your eyes. And taking a few moments to arrive, to settle. Becoming aware of the support beneath you. Maybe a sense of the air on your skin. And just noticing for now if there are any parts of your body that feel tired or tight. And if there are any parts of your body that feel fresh and open this morning. Becoming aware of the flow of your natural breath. And asking yourself, not intellectually, but asking your body what you really need from this practice this morning. And might you set yourself a simple intention with the answer to that question? So that you bring to your practice a particular focus. So when your mind wanders, when your attention wanders, you're able to bring it back in. Because being present is one of the greatest benefits that a yoga practice can bring to us. Much of the peace and the calm, the clarity that we take into our day after practicing yoga comes from spending however long it is being completely here in sensation, in the breath. Without worrying about the past or the future. And then bringing your hands to your heart as to seal your intention. And taking a full breath in and a long breath out. And then in your own time, please join me in an all fours position. And take a couple of moments to just notice that your knees are under your hips, your wrists are under your shoulders, feeling the full length of your spine. You might spread your fingers a little. And then on the next breath in, allow your pelvis to spill forwards, your chest to open, maybe your chin lifts a little. And as you breathe out, take the pelvis back and scoop the front of the body into the back body. And take a few rounds. We're coming straight into a flow this morning. If you know what an ujjayi breath is, you might like to bring your ujjayi breath into the practice as a deeper ocean breath that will keep you even more focused. And then one of these times you inhale to spill the pelvis forwards. But as you exhale and you scoop the front of the body to the spine, you take your bottom back to your heels. And on the inhale, you come up again, opening the front body. And exhaling, scoop and coming back. Continue like this for a few rounds, really conscious of your pelvic floor, of your navel. And then coming to a neutral spine again. And sliding your right leg behind you, toes are curled under, and taking your left fingers forwards to the floor. So finding that stability first. Just becoming aware of your abdomen, seeing if there's a tendency for it to flop towards the floor, or if you have a slight attention there. I don't mean gripping, but a little bit of engagement. And then lift your left arm and your right leg and push through the right heel as you reach through the left fingertips, and take a breath or two here in this full stability. Take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, replace your hand and your knee. On the next inhale, just take your right leg out behind you. Keep both hands stable. And on a breath in, lift the leg. You could lift your chest. And as you exhale, bring your knee and your nose in towards each other, pushing the back of the ribs towards the ceiling. And then inhale, extend the leg. As you exhale, look over your right shoulder and draw your knee all the way along the side body into your armpit or towards the armpit. And then breathe in, extend. As you breathe out, look over your left shoulder, swing the leg to the left and push the toes into the floor as the heel pushes away. Lovely. And then on the next breath in, lift the leg. Exhale, knee to nose, draw the front body, condense it in towards the spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to armpit, look over your right shoulder. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, look to the left and swing your leg to the left. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale. Exhale, knee to right armpit. Inhale. Exhale, look to the left. Have a little push through that heel. And then inhale one more time. Lift the leg, and might you bend the knee and just take your hand to the foot, only lightly. Don't come into the fullest back bend possible. But encourage the knee towards the end of the mat as you look over your left shoulder. Take a full breath in and then gently release. Take a breath or two here. And then slide your left leg behind you and your right hand to the end of the mat. And first of all, find the stability. Be aware of your left hand on the floor, top of the right foot on the floor. And from that ground, float up the right arm and the left leg, pushing through the left heel as you reach with the right fingertips and breathe. Maybe you're breathing your ujjayi. Take a full breath in and then exhale gently. Bring your hand and your knee back. And then take the left leg behind you. And we'll take that little hip sequence to the left. So breathing in, lift. On the breath out, consciously draw the knee in towards the nose. Breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, knee to armpit. Look over the left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. Look over the right shoulder. Exhale, push through the heel. Lovely, lovely little stretch there. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to armpit. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, look over the right shoulder, push through the heel. Last time, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale. Exhale, knee to armpit. Inhale. Exhale, look over your right shoulder. And then take a breath in. Lift the leg. Bend at the knee. So you need to be really stable through the left arm and hand here to take your right hand to that foot. Find your stability. Push what's into the floor, and from there, look over your right shoulder. Push the knee towards the end of the mat and breathe. Take a full breath in. And then let's settle ourselves back down, drop the knee. Take your knees apart, your big toes together, and settle into a little child's pose to rest. Breathe. And sometimes it's just very lovely to turn the palms upwards. When we practice continual flow, that's especially working with our stability and our strength, it can be lovely to drop every now and again into this quiet, still absorption. To notice how you're feeling. And coming to the top of a full breath in. Pause, and on the exhale, opening your mouth. And do 2 more like this. And return to natural breath. And please bring yourself back to all fours. And you're going to stabilize through the left hand as you, on a breath in, float the right arm up. Follow your fingertips with your eyes. And then breathe out, thread the arm through to the left, come down onto your shoulder, the side of your head. And then inhale, we peel open again. Feel the right shoulder blade there. And exhale, come through. And this time come up, stay here and come up onto your left fingertips and see how much you can open. See how much you can breathe into the right lung here. And then take a full breath in and use the exhale to steadily, consciously thread through again to stay. You might need a blanket under your shoulder or your head if it's uncomfortable here. And then allow the weight to pour down through that shoulder. Your knees should be underneath your hips. And then you can lift up the left arm, possibly looking to your left fingertips. So you get a little spin here of the ribs. You might feel into the space between your shoulder blades. You have several options here. You could stay exactly like this, or you could turn the palm of the hand behind you and take your hand to your lower back, possibly reaching for the top of the right thigh. And all the while, you're rolling a little bit over that right shoulder. You're rolling onto the back of your head a little as you spin your chest to the left. You might stay here, or you might take the left leg long, curl the toes under. Sometimes this gives a little bit more space to spin. And then it can be quite nice to slide the left foot around to meet the right fingers. And then you keep pushing through the heel. Feel your abdomen supporting you as you spin your chest. So it's complex. Breathe. Take a full breath in. And then as you breathe out, take the leg back again. And we have one final phase if you want to. See if you can float the leg up and balance here. Find your degree of stability for today. Breathe. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, drop the knee. Inhale, float the left arm up. Bring the hand down, exhale. And then consciously push into that left hand to peel open to the right. And then bring the hand down. Take a moment to simply notice how you feel different on each side. Then we stabilize through the right hand. And on an inhale, peel open to the left. And exhale, thread through. And inhale, slide yourself open. And exhale. And inhale. And stay here and come up onto your fingertips, exhaling. And then find your little spin. Feel the left shoulder blade. Take a full breath in. And then thread through to stay. Cushioning yourself with a blanket if you need to. And allow the weight to really pour into the left shoulder. Inhaling, float up the right arm. You can look towards the fingertips. And you can stay here. Feel the right shoulder blade now. We can turn the palm away and take the hand behind your lower back towards the top of your left thigh. So you keep rolling the right shoulder back. You keep spinning the chest now. And you might stay here, it's fine. Or you might curl under your right toes, take the leg long. Gives you a bit more room to roll onto that left shoulder and your head. You might slide the leg around
to meet your left fingers or towards there. As you breathe and become very stable. One more breath in. On the exhale, slide your leg back. You can stay here, or maybe you want to just have a little play with that stability in this balance. Taking a full breath in. And then gently release the knee. Right hand by your face. And then breathe in, peeling open. And come back down. Breathe out. And take a moment, feel the body. We work right into the thoracic spine, the ribs. Let's come down and take a little pause again. Your knees could come apart if you like as you settle back into child. Maybe you turn your palms up. You could also press your elbows into the floor and bring the palms together. Pressing the heels of the hands slightly as you encourage your hands behind your head. Really gets into the triceps. If you press the heels of your hands together, I don't know if you can feel that. And take a full breath in. Pause, and as you exhale, we'll do two more. From our child's pose, we're going to slide forwards into a sphinx, bringing yourselves onto your belly. Elbows underneath your elbows if that's comfortable. Your shoulders, or further out to the side. Allow yourself a few moments to settle into this little back bend. You can feel it in the lower spine. You can feel it at the back of the ribs. Have a little smile with your collarbones. Sphinx. And then from here, taking your right thumb and forefinger into the left elbow, and the same on the other side. So you have a sense of being able to press your forearms, your elbows into the mat. Become aware of your knees pressing down as well. And take a breath in. And on the exhale, push into your elbows and your knees to lift your bottom and melt your heart towards the floor. As you inhale, float forwards again and slowly, steadily come back into Sphinx. And exhale, push back, melting between the shoulder blades. Let's do two more. Feeling the ripple of your spine. We float back to Sphinx. Release the hands from the elbows and just take a moment to settle.
please come onto your knees with your forearms on the floor. You might need to align your elbows pretty much under your shoulders here. We're going to take the right leg long, toes turned under, and then the left as we come into forearm plank. Take a couple of rounds where you simply bring one knee back to the floor, the other knee. So you move in and out of your forearm plank. Until you're ready to stay for 5 breaths. The whole body is engaged here, completely focused. Maybe you're breathing Ujjayi breath. Strengthening class today, as well as being very open in the shoulders, the chest, and hopefully the hips as well. Take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, release your knees. And come back to sit on your heels for a moment, hands on your thighs. I don't know if it's the time of year or how I'm feeling in my body, but I'm feeling at the moment that I want to bring more strength into the practice. So I hope you're with me with that. It's good for all of us, but obviously take it to your own degree of comfort. Let's come on to our hands now. You can do what we're doing on the forearms again if that felt, if you have any discomfort in your wrists. Otherwise, sliding into your plank. And you could stay here, you could drop your knees, or you could come over into side plank. But we'll do it in a way that's continually moving to keep that stability, trying not to lift your bottom, your pelvis. Coming into a few rounds of side plank. Also on your forearms if you prefer. You might get to a side plank and you want to stay for a few breaths, really lifting the ribs, the hips as you push into the standing hand. Feel the shoulder blades on the back after everything we've been doing. If it's hard for you to balance in side plank, the top foot can slide forwards to the floor in front of the bottom foot. And then let's meet back in plank. Bring your attention to your navel, bend your knees, and come back to a downward dog. And I'd like to ripple from downward dog to plank 3 times. So you're going to bring your attention to your navel. Draw it in as you ripple your shoulders over your wrists. And then back again the same way. Doing that 2 or 3 more times. And next time you come to your dog, staying there for a breath or 2. You can walk it out, you can just enjoy Adho Mukha Svanasana. Allowing the heart to move towards the floor as you look through your legs. You take the top of your thighs up and back. Beautiful. And then looking forwards, walk, step, or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, chest comes forwards. Exhale, fold.
Push into your feet as you inhale, you come all the way up. And exhale here, hands to your heart. And take a moment to feel yourself here standing. Breathing in, lift. And breathe out, fold. Very steady Ujjayi breath, perhaps. Breathe in, chest forwards. Step back to your downward dog. You can also drop your knees if this is too much for your wrists. Really step into the left foot as you swing the right leg up. Lift it from the navel. Inhale. And exhale, knee to nose, so your shoulders come over your wrists. Inhale, extend. We're going to do what we did on all fours. Exhale, knee to armpit. You can look over the right shoulder. Inhale, extend. But this time, exhale, bring your knee underneath the body to touch onto the right, left arm, wherever it comes. And then inhale, lift. And exhale, look forwards and step your right foot in between your hands. Drop the left knee. Find your stability, come up. And inhale, float the arms up. And exhale, spread your fingers and open your wings. Slide the shoulder blades down the spine. And inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale. And then this time, inhale, lift, and maybe you lift the back knee. Feel your stability. Feel your strength. Lower abdomen is working. Feel your shoulder blades on the spine. Back leg is really fired up. Take a full breath in here. And as you breathe out, drop the left hand and breathe in, twist to the right. Lovely. Now you can always stay here with the back knee lifted or bring it down to the floor as you really find joy in this full twist. Take a full breath in and exhale, hand comes down. Slide that front foot back to dog. And stabilizing through the right foot. Inhale, float the left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over your wrists. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to left armpit or shoulder, wherever you come. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring your knee across the body to tap onto the right arm. Inhale, lift. Look forwards, and on the exhale, step your left foot in between your hands. And then drop the right knee. Come up to stabilize. And on a breath in, lift. Exhale, open your wings, really spread your fingers. This is an energetic morning practice. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale. If you want to, with the lift this time, you lift the back knee. Ashta Chandrasana, high crescent lunge. Stable, strong, resolute. Take a full breath in. And on the exhale, right hand to the floor. Remember, you can drop your knee if you need to. Look over your left shoulder and inhale to spin. And take a couple of breaths. Inhaling here. And then watch your hand as you bring it down to the floor. Exhale. Bend lightly into that back knee. And then pop yourself up Inhaling to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Press into your feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. Take a moment to feel. Inhaling, lift up your arms. You can separate your hands. And exhale, coming back into Uttakatasana, chair pose. You should be able to see your toes. You tuck the tailbone under and you relax the shoulders. Drawing the side waist back. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, fold. Inhaling, flat back. And then step yourself back to a downward dog. Exhale. Floating the right leg up, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to top of the right arm. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee across the body to the left. Now inhale, lift that right leg. Peel open the hip and bend the knee. Try not to dump in the left shoulder. Try and keep your left foot straight. And you take the top of your left leg up and back as you look under your right armpit. Take a full breath in and then look forwards, and you're going to bring your right knee forwards for pigeon. If you've got any pain on the knee, please roll onto your back and take your right ankle over your left knee and then draw your legs in towards you. Let's take a moment just to come down on our forearms. You need to check that your back leg is straight. And breathe here. You could stay down here if you want, or you could come with me, pressing into the hands to straighten the arms. To come into a little back bend with the pelvis floating forwards. Take a breath in and breathe out here. Take a breath in and breathe out here. Take a breath in. And now as you breathe out, look down and walk your right hand around to the left. So you bring both hands to the left. Curl under your left toes, and we're going to swizzle so the right foreleg comes behind you. You're standing on your right knee. You can cushion the right knee if you need to. And then I'd like you to just turn the left foot away. So you're not trying to press the foot to the floor. And then allow yourself to keep the right hand on the hip as you drop the left hand towards the floor. And the toes can come towards you. And then lift again. So we're not swinging the right shoulder forwards. We're keeping ourselves as if between a pane of glass. Maybe you can float the right arm over. And it may be that you love the movement, or it may be you'd like to experience Paragasana, gate pose for a few breaths.
It's a beautiful lateral flexion of the spine, a beautiful feeling into the right side body. Taking a full breath in. Exhale to come up. Plant your hands at the front of your mat and then bring yourself back into a downward dog. Beautiful. Floating your left leg up now. Exhale, knee to nose. Floating it up. Knee to the top of the left arm. Floating it up. Knee across the body to the right. This time as you float the leg up, when it's come as high as it can, bend the knee to open the hip, heel it open. Try not to dump in the right shoulder. Try to keep the right foot straight. Top of the right thigh up and back. As you look under your left armpit. Breathe. And then you look forwards and come to pigeon. Sliding the right leg long. Resting on your forearms. Taking some lovely full breaths here. You might like to stay softly breathing in your pigeon, or you have the option of coming onto your hands, straightening your arms and allowing the pelvis to float forwards and maybe the chest to puff up a bit. Take a full breath in, and on the breath out, just feel yourself dropping into the hips a bit more. Take a full breath in and a long breath out. You're going to walk your hands around to the right, to curl under your right toes, and then you swivel yourself onto the left knee. Well done. Just allow that right foot to point away from you. Left hand to your hip, just to remind yourself not to swing the left shoulder to the floor. And then begin to drop the right hand inside the right leg towards the floor. Side bending and come up again. So when you drop your hand, you can really pull your toes towards you, it'll help you. And you release the toes as you come up. If you want to, include the left arm in the side stretch. If you want to, you come for a few breaths to stay in Paragasana, gate pose. Take a full breath in and then exhale to come up. Turn around to face the front of your mat. Back to a downward dog. And then looking forwards, you can walk, step or jump your feet to your hands. And look down at your feet and make sure they're parallel, not too close together, not too apart. And then sit back, ready for Uttakatasana. Sit back into your chair. Curl the tailbone under, and from there float up the arms. Slide the shoulder blades down the spine. Draw the side waist back. And breathe. Take a full breath in. Use the exhale to push you up. Inhaling here. And exhale, hands to your heart. Take a moment to simply feel your strength now, your stability. We've worked into the shoulders, the whole of the spine, the hips, as well as obviously working with upper body and core strength. Let's bring all that into play, just for a little bit of fun. I'm going to come into, well, let's just do it. Okay, you're going to take your right ankle across the left knee and sit back into your chair. It's a one-legged chair. You could hold the knee in the hand, or maybe you float the arms up. And you really sit back into the hips, separate your sitting bones, press into the standing foot. Find length in the side body. Take a full breath in and then exhale, lift, and can you step that front foot behind you for an Uttakatasana again? Just for fun. With that control, maybe you can step up again, back into your one-legged chair. You could stay here, you could bring your hand to the knee and the foot, or maybe you can lean forwards and take your hands to the floor. To do this, you need to really sit back. Some people, maybe watching this on YouTube, will be able to do what I can't do, which is to really make a shelf in the upper arms, hands on the floor. And then you hook the right toes around the top of the left arm, press the right knee into the top of the right arm. And it's a little bit like a crow. Some of you will be able to lift the back foot off the floor. I'm not going to do that. But this is still an excellent hip opener. Excellent strength. And then inhale, lift, step back into your downward dog. And you have a choice. I don't know how you're feeling this morning. Maybe it's time to rest in child before we take that little play to the other side. I feel like a little vinyasa, so floating forwards, using the strength you've gathered to bring you down to the mat, maybe all the way, maybe halfway, coming into a cobra or an upward dog. And back again. Beautiful. And then walking or stepping your hands to your feet. Inhaling, come all the way up. Exhale. Let's take that to the other side. So you now know what's coming. It's great focus. You're going to take the left ankle over the right knee. Take the knee, keep easing the left knee away as you sit back into your hips. Maybe your hands stay on the foot and the knee, or maybe you float them up. Much more stable on the other side. It's good to take your time to set this up. Keep dropping back into the hips. And then slowly press into that right foot, lift the left knee, step behind you. Breathe. Bit of a challenge. And then maybe you can step back up again. Eda Pada Uttakatasana, one-legged chair pose. Maybe you are able to bring your hands to the floor. Wherever you are, the focus is on opening out the hips. Maybe you have the foot hooked up into the top upright arm. You're pressing your left knee into the top of the left arm. Maybe you're able to bring the weight forwards and pop the right leg off the floor. And then you gently unfold. Downward dog. Final chance for a vinyasa if you want to do that before we come down and unwind. Rippling forwards to plank. Come down your way. Find your back bend. Downward dog. When you're ready, please take your knees to the floor. Big toes together. Take a moment here. Come back to your breath. Come to the top of a breath in. Pause and exhale. Inhale. Pause. One more. And from here, coming to sitting. You're right. You're feeling strong and stable. And we will start with the right leg extended and bring the left knee over the top. I want you to be able to feel both sitting bones. And if this feels just right for you, you might like to come forwards. Maybe you can reach the right toes. If you're able to, you're going to swing the right foot outside the left hip and come into full Gomukhasana legs. You have this sense of drawing the hips inwards, really grounding. And you have a choice of sitting upright, or if it's right for you, folding forwards. And feeling sensation as you allow your breath to settle now, dropping any ujjayi if you are breathing ujjayi. Feel towards the end of each exhalation where it takes you. And then gently coming up bone by bone. And standing this left foot on the floor. Your right leg could be extended. And just take a very gentle twist. You're going to draw the left knee in towards you with your right elbow. And float up the left arm. Inhale. And on the exhale, begin to rotate to the left and take your hand anywhere behind you that feels right. And because we're at the end of the practice, we're not trying to push ourselves here, we're just feeling into the shape. Taking a full breath in, and then gently coming forwards, unfolding in order to take the right leg over the top. It could be you stay here and come forwards over that extended leg. Or maybe you can fold it under for full Uttakatasana. You need to be able to feel your sitting bones. You can stay upright, or you might like to fold forwards, completely up to you. We're just looking for softness, reconnecting with the earth beneath us. Steadying the breath, following every exhalation to its conclusion, maybe beyond its conclusion. And then gently peeling up, bone by bone. Standing your right foot on the floor and hugging the knee in with the left elbow. Lovely. Float up the right arm, inhale. And then begin to rotate to the right, taking your hand wherever it feels right behind you. And that might include placing it on a block. Breathe. And take a full breath in. Exhale, come back. And fold your legs, have a little roll. And we'll take a final pose on our backs before Shavasana. It's going to lie down and come into happy baby pose. Taking your knees in towards your armpits as wide apart as possible. Soles of your feet towards the ceiling. Maybe hold onto your feet, maybe lower down the legs. And take some deep breaths here. If your chin has a tendency to jut up towards the ceiling, you place something under your head so you've got a nice length in the back of the neck. And taking a full breath in. On the breath out, bringing your feet together, bringing your knees together, and doing whatever you need to do to settle into Shavasana. Make sure you're warm enough. And at home, I would, after a practice like that, if you had 10 minutes to rest, it would be perfect. If you don't, take at least 3 or 5 minutes. I'm going to stay here with you for a short time.
Giving yourself this opportunity to absorb the effects of a strong practice this morning. To feel the simplicity of your body breathing as the floor supports the full weight of your body. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. Relaxing the tongue in the mouth. Maybe even releasing the lower jaw away from the upper jaw. Softening the tissues around and behind your eyes. Let gravity have you. And you can stay for as long as you like. If you're ready to gently move on with your day, beginning to take a few slightly deeper breaths. Feeling the rise and fall of your abdomen with the breath. And introducing any gentle movement into your body, maybe moving your head gently from side to side. Rolling into your joints a little, maybe having a little stretch. Maybe spending a few breaths rolled onto one side of the body. And when you're ready to come up to sitting, taking a moment, maybe with your eyes closed, simply notice. And taking a full breath into the heart. As you exhale, bowing your head and emptying the lungs completely. And breathing in to lift, opening your eyes. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me.